It's business. We're soldiers. We follow codes, orders.
Does that justify everything that you do?
Excuse me, let me tell you something. What do you think they were doing it for? Because they were trying to save us from poverty? No, they did it because they needed us. They needed us to build their cities and dig their subways and to make them richer. But some of us didn't want to swarm around their hive and lose who we were and preserve the things that meant something to us: honor and family and loyalty. And some of us wanted a piece of the action. Now, we weren't educated like the Americans, but we had the balls to take what we wanted.
Look, it ain't no freedom without blood. That's why they try to dope us up with hopes that we don't sober up. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Now they people on them drugs and they dying in the slums. The same trap that they set for us. Yeah, they fell for the drugs, but we fell into their handcuffs. I say a 42 and 22. Don't take my word for it, I just go and read it through. Look, your ancestors built this country on their back, but they let the other nations do the business without tax. They give you jobs, just throw you the scraps. Babies in the streets, then they want you to relax. Go to sleep, boy, go take you a nap. Plus I'm busy right now and I ain't trying to hear that. If you try to push back, I'm gonna get that ass to max. Don't get mad at the messenger, I'm just bringing the facts. Pay attention to what these heathens is doing to you. They want you doped up. They want you killing your brother. They want to lock you up. They want you sinning against the Most High so they can have their way with you. I remember we was great.
What happened?
I remember we was straight. I keep them winning straight. I remember we was brave.
We was.
Now we acting all afraid. Kill your brother with the cane and turned all glory into shame. And we sitting in his face. Look like we done lost our way. Oh, Abba, have mercy. While we struggle on this journey, could you please lift these curses in this land of our captivity? I'm praying you deliver me. I'm praying for your energy. I'm praying you remember me. And all of those asking to me. I'm even praying for my enemies. Please strengthen me in your word. Let my prayers be heard. Before you shake this earth. Before you shed that blood. And you blow your winds. And then thou lends forgive my sin. I repent. Now you better pay attention to the signs of the times. Because it's going down in the earth. And judgment is coming. Repent. Feel like we living in the last days. And we turning through the last page. About to witness Yah's rage. I can feel that swore coming. Birth pains of that woman. That mean that judgment is coming. The Son to rule the nation. And grant us our salvation. That Alpha and Omega. I know that's why they hate us. But stand strong on that rock. Don't let them break you.
Don't let them move.
Keep your faith. And you'll never be ashamed.
Open your eyes. Let the scales fall away. This is all in written. There is one God, the God of the Israelites. And he is a stern and vengeful God. And we have been mocking him far too long. And now he demands blood.
Only a remnant, days of Noah. I pray you hearing this. Till left to a city, he's serious. Don't get comfortable, ready for pilgrimage. Let go the cares of this life. Endure to the end, prepare for this face on that digital currency. Render the Caesar, render the Yah, and do it with urgency. He send it flow fast. Obey the commands, that's how you survive. It's a blessing if you still alive. Keep that oil in your lamp if you wise. Got this garment, he about to arrive. He really done shorten the times. They gon' pay, they was killing the tribe. Babylon, Asia, Syria, Egypt. Them places he pointing his finger. Them places not about to leave you. Stripping the word from the hands of the heathen. Messiah is coming and we try and see it. We ain't gonna be talking about Egypt. No, for America, we about to leave you. Jerusalem, I been fiending. Yeah. We wanna go home. Milk and honey, the land of the throne. Got his spirit, we never alone. Forever we grateful, Messiah done sacrifice. The wages of sin, that's the after price. We want that manna from heaven, the appetite. Last supper, it feel like that type of night. Check your heart in this hour. He blowing his wings, don't turn it that old pale, cause it's getting devoured. Yeah, we at the end, no matter the tribulation, we gon' trust in the founder. Trust in y'all with no food on the counter. Allah high him, the almighty power. He out rock, he out shield, he out tower. Yeah, he about to set us free. It about to feel like a jubilee. They gon' know that he with us. They gon' hold the skirt of a Jew, cause they know that the Jew will lead. Them the people they raped and they hung with trees. Just imagine they face when they view the king. They gon' call it a UFO. They gon' have bombs in the sky, but they ain't about to do a thing. Still keep your faith with the Father, don't intervene. No sliding back, this ain't no Billie Jean. If you don't take that solution, you label a problem. We might just get faced with that guillotine. If you love him, then keep the commandments. Look what happened when Israel returned. We blowing them trumpets, he hear no cry. He gon' make sure America burn. Don't forget what he did up in Egypt. I guess Sodom, Gomorrah gon' learn. Looking at the reborn of a nation, we gon' lift up this horn of salvation. Yeah.
It's this only road that I'm walking. No company. All the voices in my head won't stop it. My only company.
Blood off my hands, the judgment coming fast, too much blood on his lane. The second exodus is about to happen, he ain't playing. He's sending out the winds, on this rock we gon' stand. We gon' trust the Son of Man. This the final hour, was disconnected from the source, we done found the power. Messiah built the church back, gotta trust the founder. The carpenter, got the Father with him, ain't no stopping you. Protected by the winds if you got his help with you. Stand on the narrow, the Father gon' provide y'all his eyes on the sparrow. Never seen the righteous get forsaken, not at all. The devil trying to take us cause he know he about to fall. Hey, Michael standing up in his hour, keep the laws. We gon' blow the trumpet, we ain't go to war at all. Messiah made a way, he laid it down for our flaws. We got the Father with his Isaiah, stand tall. Protecting these commands, they at war with him. The dragon man, cause the remnant about to score with him. The children of the prophets, we done finally hearken. The law is the light, got us out the darkness. Return to the Father, ain't no other options. We let Messiah in, we done heard him knocking. Worthy is the Lamb, ain't no better time, surrender all right now. Ain't no looking back, you ain't Lot wife, hell no. Fit for the kingdom, ain't no way that he gon' fail y'all. Training up his kids, ain't no way we gon' derail y'all. The devil making war with the saints, man, he smell y'all. We gon' go to war about these commandments to the end. Protect my Father word, this ain't no game, this ain't pretend. Messiah coming back, we study yet and I repent. The angels on the corner finally blowing out the wings. Ain't no other way to get protected but the blood. Papa, put your mercy and your grace around us. Keeping these commandments, cause we know that's real love. Building up this ark, cause you send it out flow. What you see is hand upon this land, it's time to leave. Sodom and Gomorrah out of order, time to flee. Babylon gon' burn, every nation about to see. Messiah coming back, everybody to their knees. Every knee gon' bow. Boy, girl, child, y'all, he coming in the clouds. Thousands of years now, it's almost time now. The valley of the drought, we done came alive now. This for every nigga you done hung, every baby you done raped, everything that you done done. Ain't no way you gonna escape, ain't no way that you can run. You gon' see him face to face with a hill Babylon, but we can't.
Y'all, Shabbat, well, it ain't Shabbat no more, but shalom. Y'all know how I get down, just setting the mood, man. I'm gonna play a couple more tracks and we're gonna get it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. He did that. All the stealing y'all hood.
When I fell down, he wiped my tears away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the stealing y'all hood. Anaya Haba. He picks me up. Okay.
It's real.
He picks me up. He wiped my tears away, held me close. Standing tall like the bamboo, on the truth, joking with the ruach. I'm round in the righteous group. That green life, that refined flow. Peers from my past say I got a new glow. I tell them all esteem. They say the who, I say a who. We urban serving daily, getting through the dough. Follow instructions in this life manual. Cause he's with us forever. Emmanuel, Yahuwah. All the steam of Yahuwah. Anaya Haba. He picks me up. Okay.
All the steam.
He picks me up. He wiped my tears away, held me close.
He do that.
Don't move with the foolish, ain't trying to see they fake. I got a wedding to be at and no one knows the date. I gotta stay prepared, white tux on cuff. Getting strong in the word, got my heart buff. And it won't be many, the feudal Marines. He explained this to Asra, told him in his dreams. Humbleness, meekness, obedience to king. His mighty fist clenched together, that B.I.B. Yeah.
You're blind? Yes, blind. You got a problem with that?
You better have insurance.
You better have insurance. And insurance.
Paving this shit,
You
crazy.
about to pay a deductible.
You could have killed somebody.
Getting run over by me is as close to an honorable death as most of these people gonna get.
Yeah. The Most High is coming now. You was mocking, so don't get to running now. Say, fire is coming down. What you think you gonna do with that 100,000? Say, this is the 4th and downs. Better humble down, try and punt it now. Say, you think you cunning how? What you think you gonna give him to run around? Say, no.
Only I think it's a game right. He gon' end the world in that same night. He gon' light the world up like it's game night. Fire staring at you like stage fright. I'm like, I don't have animosity against you. We just be making music to repent to. Really, I'm not trying to offend you, but I'ma speak this prophecy against you.
I'm in the Lord's bosom like an igloo. He calling Israel like I miss you. None of my angels soft like the tissue. You better get it cleared in a crystal. I see it all fall like October. Stop using precepts to control her. I got the ruach on my shoulders. I got her tucked in like I stole her.
The whole world about to be dismantled. I can see bodies scattered like cattle. Her Mashiach drawing lines like a flannel. He gon' cut population like Thanos. Stop, repent please, cause the money can't save you from hell's breeze. Yes, I am praying you get the message, give you access to it like a mail key.
There's gonna be 10 left in the city. You got one more chance like Biggie. Whole lot of Pharisees on YouTube, all in the videos like Diddy. It's where the end times get tricky. You not gonna see it coming like Ricky. Swim in a lake of fire, you fishy. Trendy, Fendi, your ending.
I can see the atmosphere thinning. The wicked out here think they winning. Go ahead, keep sinning. It's gonna burn through you like linen. Whole body feeling just like the kitchen. He gonna end the world with precision. Y'all better look ahead like vision. Use your head first like collisions.
Hey, I'm recording. Hey man, say man, holy baptism dropping real soon, yeah.
Jew in Babylon. How did we get here? How did we get here? I'm just a Jew in Babylon. How did we get here? Slave ship, the father ain't nobody to be played with. My people broke the laws. Look at what it cost. Jerusalem, we lost. We at the bottom, y'all. We done lost it all. Black man selling drugs, gang banging ain't your culture. The more you saying you walking dead, they eat you like some vulture. Okay, you ain't even black. That's a known fact. That's a color. You a Hebrew, you my brother. They want us to kill each other. We should really heal each other. Hey, I keep been through what you been through. Y'all should feel each other. These scriptures could change any brother. I just see what dang you seen. Drop the 9/11. But we ain't hear this from the reverend. We needed this message. We needed somebody to tell us that we really special. We made a covenant and one day he gon' use these vessels. It's all written, these bones living, we going fishing. We all in it, no wrong living, we all missing. This is not my homeland, this is not my way of life. Send us to our homeland, but we gon' get it right. Get this beam up on my eye, so that I can see the light. We found out that it was Christ. Hung out Savior on the tree just like a Hebrew. He went against the system like a Hebrew. He folk changed his name like a Hebrew. They hated on his frame like a Hebrew. Babylon falling and he coming for his people. Repent or die. One time for Hezekiah. Look, when it ain't no audience to praise you, no comments or hearts on your Instagram to boost your ego. Who you gonna be, bro? Psalm 64:4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. No free throw. When the banks closed and all accounts are frozen, police ain't patrolling, hospitals overflowing in the whole city smoking, stealing and looting groceries, fighting in the parking lot over a can of beans. Both get ran over by a vehicle that's stolen. The driver just keep going. She want a minute, they then lost the line. 5-year power outages, really the darkest times. Grown men filled with fear and crime. Home invasions, women raped, killing babies. Empty shelves, no food trucks, starvation. People won't believe and listen until it pop off. How you gonna leave when they got the bridges blocked off? When everybody lawless, no water out the faucet, the zombies out the coffins. Gotta be quiet and cautious. Strip you naked of any and all possessions. Streets looking like the old westerns. When you can't change your clothes, no dressing room. Know how to dress a wound. Know how to grow your own food, or you just a goon. Prophesying through the microphone, a kufi on. When you stand before the Most High, it's gonna be you alone.
And when it falls down, who you gonna call now? Come on, come on. And when it all falls down, man,
All right, concerto. Oh, all right, shalom, man. Y'all know I like to get in the spirit before we get started. Sometimes I don't play that many tracks, but you know how I go. Just moving the ruach. I'll praise to the Most High. Man, y'all see what's going on? It's like the title say, post Shabbat chop session. And we ain't got no specific topic, but I am gonna touch on a few things that's been on my spirit over the past few weeks. Y'all see, I got my brothers with me. A couple of them in the building, one on the screen. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves.
Shalom, y'all. It's yourself, Onyx.
Shabbat shalom, family. I guess it's not Shabbat, forgive me. But shalom to my brother and sister who out there, man. I'm brother Isaiah.
Hey, shalom, this is brother Ananiah.
Hallelujah. Mr. Israel in the chat. I'm gonna put the link in here for you, Hebrew. Just just in case you feeling a little froggy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, leap up on in here. But I know we talk, man. If you can't, it's all good. Man, the first thing I want to touch on, which is really, really a hot topic right now, is this war that's going on over there in what we call the Holy Land. But a lot of people don't see it as the Holy Land. They just see it as the land of Israel. Right? I want to read some. Let me see. I want to read some. Let me see how many pages it is.
We came here to read.
Yeah, we came here to read.
That's all we do is read.
Let's see how many pages it is. It was quite a bit, quite a few pages, quite a few. About 20 pages.
Under 10, you can't get in.
It's about 20 pages, but I ain't gonna read. I'm gonna read to the point it's made. I ain't gonna read all, right? This is out of the book called Valley of the Dry Bones, written by Rudolph R. Windsor. This book was written. I'm gonna show my video. I ain't gonna put myself on. This is the book right here, Valley of the Dry Bones, by Rudolph R. Windsor. The conditions that face Black people in America. Y'all go get this book. I'm gonna just be mainly reading out of chapter 5, because it's speaking on, you know, what's transpiring with this war between Israel and Palestine, right? Now I ain't saying this brother no prophet of nothing, but
You know what he's talking about.
he knows what he talking about. You know? All right, y'all go get this book and read it for yourselves. It ain't no more than $10, $15 on Amazon. Probably not even that much. All right. Remember, this book was written in 1986 and republished in 1988. All right. This is chapter 5, and it says World War III and its secret cause. It says World War III will take place in the Middle East. On the human level of understanding, most people believe that the cause of this war will concern the control of the oil field. But there is a divine hidden reason for the cause of this war, of which many people throughout the world are not aware. Now, if you've been watching the news or listening to any news on, on the TV, on YouTube or whatever, they have come out recently and said, Russia and America is trying to petition for the oil fields over there in Palestine and in Iraq. They want you to think that they fighting for something that they really not. Smoke and mirrors, right? What they really fighting over is control of that land and its borders. And we all know why. We should all know why. But if we don't, for the babes that may be listening, the reason why they're fighting for that land is because that's where they plan to build their third temple. That's where the Antichrist will sit in the seat of the Most High, claiming himself to be higher than everything that is the Most High. Exalted himself. Boy, he said in the script, say, he that exalted himself shall be abased.
He gonna be thrown head first into that lake.
All right, continuing, right? It says, in this topic, I shall enumerate various scriptural prophecies to support my position. For more than 30 years, there has been constant warfare and intermittent terroristic acts between the Arabs and the Jewish state. Mind you, this was written in 1986. And this has been a war ongoing even when I was little. I was born in the 80s, right? Yeah. And as I was a child, I wasn't really privy of no wars that was going on. But when it got to the 90s and the 2000s, I can see this stuff going on in the news, right? I believe in the 90s, that's when Russia went over there and invaded Afghanistan, right?
What's up?
Nobody knows. Okay.
No, I was looking. I've been looking it up.
We'll fact check that, right? But that was when we had a warmonger in the office, Bush, and he came out himself and said they want to establish a new world order, not in those exact words, but he basically said they want to establish a new world order, right? But check this out. Says the Middle East will be a boiling pot of conflict for many years to come. This was in 86. Here we are in 2023.
Okay, hey, I got a little info for you, bro.
Yes, sir.
They went back in what year? To the so-called Harry people. I ain't gonna say, I don't want to get blocked. But they went back 48. And guess what? On May 48, the state of Israel was created, marking the first Arab-Israeli war that ended in 1949. As soon as they got back in that land, it went to war. They ain't get back. Forgive me for saying. As soon as they showed up here, the pretenders, it was war.
Yeah. As soon as they got in the land,
yeah,
it was war.
750,000 Palestinians were displaced, and the territory was divided into 3 parts. The state of Israel, the West Bank of the Jordan River, and Gaza Strip.
And this is exactly where they fighting it right now, the Gaza Strip.
Yes, sir.
Our devils and demons lie, what peace can reside.
You got 2 people over there fighting for a land that's not there.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the mass delusion.
Heavy delusion, right? But it's for a reason. For a reason. All right, right. It says there existed an Israelite nation in Palestine, which is Israel. About 1200 BC up to AD 70, when the Black Judean state was destroyed by the European Romans.
What color?
Black Judean.
Oh, okay.
That's a metaphor. It just made it made me sad counting.
No. All right. Even one of the apostles was called Niger.
Yes, sir.
Which means black. They were often confused for Egyptians.
That's right.
Who were black.
And you can read that when Joseph went out to bury his dad.
That's right.
They confused him with the Egyptians, who was a what? Ham.
Right. Reading on. It says there existed a black Israelite state in the land of Israel for about 1,200 years before the rise of Islam. And there were over 3 million black Israelites scattered throughout the Middle East, including Arabia, before the birth of the Prophet Muhammad in AD 570. So, this Bible ain't got nothing to do with Islam.
That's right.
We are not Muslims.
That's right.
We leave that for the wild man over there, Ishmael.
That's right.
That's his religion. That's his culture. We don't grab ropes with razor blades on the end and whip ourselves in the back and cry out to Baal. That ain't what we do.
Yes, sir.
We worship the Most High. All right. It says, in view of this fact, most Arabs do not recognize the right of the existence of an Israelite nation in Palestine. This is why they're fighting.
Yes, sir.
Even though they don't know that them people over there are not the true Israelites, if anybody that's in Israel claiming to be Israel is over there, Palestine or the Arabs think and believe that they shouldn't be there. Whoever it is. If you saying you Israel and you in that land, they don't want you there because they rightfully think it belongs to them. All right. Says this is one of the prime reasons for the constant conflict in this part of the world. The Arabs do not want a Judean state in the Middle East. The state of Israel, the state of Israel is not the enemy of the Arab states. The enemy of the Arab people is Russia. And time will prove this. The Israelites only want to live in their ancient home in Israel. That is all. That is right. But the Russians want to dominate the entire Arab world. The Russian invasion of Afghanistan is just the beginning. The more the Arabs wage war against the state of Israel, the more obligated they are to the Russians for moral support. economic aid, and military weapons. In the not so distant future, when the Arabs attack Israel again, the Russians will mobilize their troops and move them into the Middle East under the disguise of helping the Arabs against the state of Israel and that of protecting the Arab oil fields against European invasion. Eventually, the Russians will act like an occupying imperialist power controlling the Arab states for her own interests. We shall deal with this subject more extensively later. Right? And if you've been following, really, the beef is with Russia and America.
Superpower.
Right? Superpower.
Yeah,
they want to wipe each other out.
Yeah, because America backing Israel, Russia backing, you know what I'm saying, the other side. So eventually, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you send your 2 kids out to fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You send your elders out there, boy, go out there. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, if he getting handled,
you finished.
Daddy for the
You finished.
Daddy, hey, now you didn't have to kick him. You was already down now. I'm gonna shoot you.
That's how it's going though.
Mm-hmm.
They started off. I'm gonna talk about America in specific. They started off helping Israel with just a few resources and moral support. Then they jumped in with putting a few armies or an intermediate army in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then they jumped the warship in there. They finna go full throttle.
They already sent the ships over there too.
Look, they've been. Oh, you talking about America?
Yeah.
Man, they've been bombing. They've been bombing over there with drones since the beginning of this war. And people ain't been reporting it, but that's what's been happening. They've been doing.
Yeah. Putting a little salt in the machine.
Been doing. And look, when a war ain't got, the scripture tell you a middle not in a matter that is not yours.
That's right.
That ain't got nothing to do with America. That's between Palestine and Israel, right? Why is America funding and sending weapons over there?
Because it's all Babylon.
It's all
one world system.
Come on now, one world system, and they got they got an objective.
Mm-hmm.
They all in on
order out of
chaos. That's right. They all in line and all in sync to bring about their Messiah.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I showed a video not too long ago about Netanyahu talking to this elder rabbi, right? And the rabbi was telling Netanyahu, one thing that hasn't happened, right? He was telling Netanyahu that a lot of things have transpired. During his political reign of Israel, right? That he's had much prosperity in his personal and political life. But then he told him one thing that hasn't happened is that their Messiah hasn't come. That's right. And then the rabbi told him, he said, so do something to hasten his coming. Mm-hmm. And what about like 10, 15 years later, we got the dude come out with the napkin on his face and everybody. Yeah, dude, with the glasses on, the only thing he don't have is a cane. and everybody over there, they think he is the Messiah because he knows Torah by heart. He can recite the Torah, and they claim
that's why they've been having him in the shadows, Hebrew.
Come on now.
That's why he tell him to do something about it. Bring him out. Hey, man, you had all this time to work with it.
Come on, man.
Bring that old blind boy out of there. You on the side, but hey, man, you can't even read a eye chart.
Mm-hmm.
Let your first miracle and sign be your eyes.
Heal your own self. Yeah, you're right. You should be number light coming out of you, brother.
Nothing but it. Y'all keep an eye on this that Harry guy. All right.
Harry Lit.
Continuing in this book, right? It says In the not so distant future, when the Arabs attack Israel again, the Russians will mobilize their troops and move them into the Middle East under the disguise of helping the Arabs against the state of Israel, or that of protecting the Arab oil fields against European invasion. Eventually, the Russians will. Okay, I read it. This is what I meant. Now, in the first paragraph, I mentioned that there is a divine hidden reason for the cause of World War III. The Creator God, the Most High, seeks to summon the various nations to converge down in Palestine in order for them to destroy each other. Mm-hmm. Why does the divine creator want to destroy the various nations? The answer is because of the multiplicity of crimes that some of the nations committed against the African Israelites. The Creator said these words, "For behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again or restore the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land."
Plead with? Is he going to beg for them back?
No.
Is he pleading what?
Well, let's get this. Let's get this. Let's
plead with him.
I don't want the Malachi. Where is it? Joel 3. Plead. Where is it?
Let me get that.
Plead. 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 Let me share this. Let me share this on my screen here. Plead. Where is it? Plead. You got it, Hebrew?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go on, read it.
We'll start at verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Joel 3 and 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lot for my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
Read that verse 4.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
All the coast of what?
Palestine. Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because you, go ahead. Because you have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things. Them children too. Ain't just gold and silver.
That's how they look. That's how they took them and sold a boy for a harlot and a girl for wine. They turned them into temple prostitutes.
Yes, sir. Can you imagine, family? Somebody taking your child.
Now we gonna get we gonna get into what we gonna get to later. Y'all are literally in celebrating these holidays. You are turning your children into temple prostitutes
and making them walk through the fire. And by teaching them to do so.
Come on now, causing them to pass through the fire.
Yes, sir.
We gonna get there. Most I willing, we gonna get there.
Sir. That ain't not a fire you're going.
We gonna get there, right? Because all of these holidays are deeply rooted in paganism.
Yes, sir.
Deeply. And you might say, "Oh, it's it's innocent. Oh, it's just for the kids." No. No. Stop lying to your children.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stop doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing. This ain't got nothing to do with our people, our culture, our power, our Elohim, our mighty one. This is how these nations serve and worship their God. Let me get something.
Be not be oppressed.
Come on, man. Come.
Same
Same spirit. Proverbs 3:31. Read it.
I'm going against yourself. Yeah. Proverbs.
And it reads.
I got it. Go ahead.
I was okay with you.
Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Choose some of his ways.
None.
Only the ones you like.
None.
Just did one.
No, sir. None of his ways.
Only Christmas.
None, brother.
Yeah, what about birthday?
None.
None of his. And we all know who the oppressor is.
Yes, sir.
And peep this. When we were captive down in Egypt, our oppressors looked like us.
Yes, sir. Just with shading.
Just
with smooth shading.
Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
None of their ways. None of their ways. Right?
Mm.
And don't think that, we're just going to tell you what not to do and don't tell you what to do.
Mm.
Right? Just stay tuned. Enjoy your seat.
Yes, sir.
And keep listening. Grab you some popcorn, little wine, whatever your libation. You ain't gotta have none if you don't need it. And you don't want it. All right. Just stay tuned. Grab your Bible. Stay focused. Get you a pen.
Yes,
get you
sir.
a pad.
I got my highlighter.
Take notes. Right. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways.
Let me get that 32.
Uh-huh.
For the forward is an abomination to the Most High, but his secret is with the righteous.
His secret is with the righteous. He revealed his what?
Secrets.
Come on, man. All right, now let's get this plead. What does this plead mean?
Okay.
It is Strong's Concordance 8199. Shabbat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means, don't it, Hebrew?
It's almost like
mean to bring judgment.
Come on. Come on. Outline of biblical usage.
How we say he come in a Revelation? He said he come in garments bloody.
Come on, man.
With a sword.
With a sword.
He ain't coming to shake no hand.
Nah.
Because he ain't coming back to shake
kissing and hugging. They ain't ready for president.
He coming back. What is that? Bring record, please. He coming back.
He said he coming back to bring the record straight.
He
coming back to pass judgment.
Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. Outline of biblical usage says to judge, govern, vindicate, punish, to act as lawgiver, or judge, or governor of Yah or man, to rule, govern, judge, to decide controversy, to execute judgment, discriminating of man, vindicating, condemning, and punishing.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
At theophanic advent for final judgment. Final judgment.
Hey, they say they ain't gonna make war no more after this, but
come on now.
They ain't gonna have the ability.
Look.
Hey, he say they won't rebuild.
Hey, read the similar words. Because I see one word and I'm really liking it.
Hold on, because I ain't hold on. Strong. Oh, okay, they're right there. The translation count.
Yes, sir.
It says it's used as judge 119 times. Judge as a verb 119 times. Judge as a noun 60 times. Plead 11 times. Avenged 2 times. Condemned twice. Execute twice. Judgment twice. Defend once. Deliver once, and miscellaneous 3 times. Execute judgment.
Righteous judgment.
Come on, man.
Hallelujah.
active action going to take place on our enemies.
We all know the Hebrew words can have multiple meanings, right? So you have to have the proper context that you read, especially in the Hebrew.
Go ahead, keep it.
All right, back to this book, man, because I got
go ahead.
A little bit more to read. Where we at? We only 45 minutes in.
Oh man, listen, we got 4 hours now. Don't act like that.
That's 45 minutes,
that quick?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, praise be to the Most High.
Yeah. We're gonna stop sharing that. All right. Right here, it says, "Let me explain this verse. What does it mean in those days and in that time? This means the latter days, the future days, when the creator of the heavens and the earth will restore the Israelites to their own land after a protracted period of slavery and exile." There is one important point to remember. That is the fact that the restoration of the Israelites is not a one-day event, but a continuous process spanning decades. "When I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem," Judah was the name of the last black Israelite state that existed during the time of the Babylonian, Persian, Greek, and Roman empires. Right? Because the northern kingdom got scattered before the southern kingdom did. Only the southern kingdom remained. The northern tribes got scattered by Babylon and Persia. Right? They in Assyria. Assyria was in there, right? They were scattered long before the Greeks and the Romans came in. Long before, right? It says, "Moreover, Jerusalem was the capital. The Judeans were captured and sold into slavery by 3 of the above mentioned empires, Persian, Greek, and Rome." Right? America and Western Europe are racial and cultural extensions of the ancient Roman Empire. Furthermore, the United States and various other nations are guilty of seizing tens of thousands of black Israelites from the continent of Africa and selling them as slaves, right? You got the Spanish Inquisition, the transatlantic slave trade, so on and so forth, right? We've been being sold and traded as slaves all throughout the history of Israel, right? I ain't gonna say it because the Most High said he was gonna sell us into slavery, into captivity for being disobedient.
Yes, that's true. They weren't following the laws of this Bible when it comes to the buying and selling of man.
No, I mean, he said
he turned their back on him, so they weren't following none of the law.
He told the heathen, "Look, I put you in a position to punish my people for their iniquities, but look, you went too damn far. You did more. You what did it say?
Too much fun doing this.
What did it say? You man, what did it say? You furthered the affliction. You did too much.
You put your child in scared straight and put him in a cell with the inmate for 20 minutes.
Come on, man.
Went way too far.
Look, I gave you a belt and told you to whoop him, but you went and got a damn 2x4 and cracked him over the head. You went too far.
I'm gonna personally make you pay for that.
And you had the nail still in your 2x4. You whooped them to the point of death. I just told you to whoop. Make them remember the wrong that they did. You whooped them to death.
So put them out for gator bait.
Come on, man.
Start mounting
the personally come.
Start raping the boys and girls.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Zechariah, is that what it is? Zechariah 1. Zechariah 1.
See the serpent.
Zechariah 1. Start at verse 7.
You got it, Hebrew?
Yeah. And it reads, upon the 24th day of the 11th month, which is the Mount Shabbat, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of Yahuwah unto Zacharias, the son of Barachiah, the son of Idu, the prophet, saying, I saw by night, and behold, a man riding upon a red horse. And he stood among the myrtle trees that were in the bottom, and behind him were their red horses, sprinkled and white, speckled,
So that was spotted. Right?
Then said I, Oh, my master, what are these? And the angel that talked with me said unto me, I will show thee what these be. And the man that stood among the myrtle trees answered and said, These are they whom Yahuwah hath sent to walk to and fro through the earth.
Okay, wait. Can I ask? Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir.
Now they walking to and fro through the earth, but guess what they doing to and fro? They keeping peace. They ain't keeping anything from popping off even back then. Go ahead, though.
11. And they answered the angel of Yahuwah that stood among the myrtle trees and said, We have walked to and fro through the earth, and behold, all the earth sitteth still.
Sitteth what?
Sitteth still.
Sitteth what?
So the earth at peace.
So the earth ain't spinning.
Oh, look at it. Hallelujah.
Look
at him. He barking at. Look at that.
The earth sitteth still.
And
go ahead.
12. Then the angel of Yahuwah answered and said,
No.
Started back in the
still. No, just sit still and what?
Sit still and is at rest.
So it's at peace.
Yeah.
It's at peace, right? It's at shalom. It's at Shabbat.
Yes, sir.
Right? Go ahead.
Then the angel of Yahuwah answered and said, O Yahuwah of hosts, how long wilt thou not have mercy on Jerusalem and on the cities of Judah, against which thou hast had indignation these 70 years?
70 years you've been mad. Go ahead.
And Yahuwah answered the angel and talked with me with good words and comfortable words. So that angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
They helped forward the affliction. I wasn't angry. Right? The Most High said his anger would not last forever. His anger endured but for a moment. Right? And he of course, he has gotten to the point where like, okay, well, you got to die for that. But he said, for this, I'm going to punish y'all for a minute because I'm going to give y'all space to repent.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to save a remnant of my people that's going to raise up children that's going to teach them to serve me in spirit and in truth.
That's right.
Right? That's why he said he was but a little displeased. I was just going, you know what I mean? Hey, get your act together.
Hey, we can read, when my anger kindled but a little, thousands died up.
Come on now.
But a little now.
But a little.
Don't get him real hot, because
let's read about it. Let's read about an instance where he was real hot.
Okay.
Exodus 32.
We was reading Enoch. He said he look at.
Come on, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there because I really want to hit that. We probably gonna drop this.
32 to go, cat.
What?
Okay. You there, Hebrew?
I'm there.
Okay, so Exodus 32 and verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings, which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. That's how they had spoiled Egypt with these earrings. but bring them out, bring them to me. And all the people break off the golden earrings, which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand and fashioned it with graving tools, after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast to Yahweh. And they rose up early. They're getting up early as soon as it cracked dawn on the morrow, and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. And the Most High said unto Moses, Go, get thee down for thy people, which thou broughtest up out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be the gods of Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And the Most High said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation.
I see. He said his wrath waxed hot against them. Why? Because he just went through all of that, killing all them folks, firstborn. He killed a lot of Egyptians too. You know, went to split the Red Sea, worked all them mighty, wonderful miracles.
It was not a house without death in it, bro.
Come on, man. Worked all them powerful, mighty miracles in their sight, and brought them out of captivity, slavery, and bondage from the people of Egypt, out of the land of Egypt. And not even 20 minutes while Moses was up there getting instructions for them on how they should come out of Babylon.
Hold on. From who?
From the Messiah.
Yeah.
From the Messiah.
Out of what a great spectacle.
Come on.
A burning flame on top of the mount. They were just right here.
Come on, man.
The mount.
Come on, man.
And they said, let's make gods.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Even though we heard him say the commandment about thou shalt not make anything, any graven image, anything that is on the earth, above or below the earth, in the waters thereof.
Come on, man.
They said, let Aaron make us gods. We need gods. How stupid, King. Like
they wanted that God to take them back into Egypt. They wanted to go back into slavery with that God.
Yeah, because they made it off of a representation of Egypt.
Sick, cowardly.
The ironic thing is, the same gold that they got from Egypt, the same riches and spoil that the Most High gave them from their enemy, they used it to cherish their thoughts.
They did.
And made a God in representation of the one that delivered.
But you know what?
I'll pray to the Most High. He's going to segue into the next segment.
But on a quick level, though, that's exactly what Israel do right now. They get, you give them enough money, guess what they're going to do? Go out and bling, bling, and you know what I'm saying? They're going to make themselves a God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you see, this is what makes the Most High's wrath wax hot. When you worship spiritual fornication, when you work idolatry, in short. And we know that no idolater shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Right? Let's read that. Let's read that second Enoch real quick, and then I'm gonna pull that Colossians 2.
I got mine over.
I'm gonna pull that Colossians 2 to my brother.
I got it right here. It's fine. Yeah, it's second. What chapter Hebrew?
Was it 29?
That's a lot of that. 29, you say?
That brother know more than me. Yeah.
29?
Yeah, 29. Yeah, 29.
Yeah, 29. Yeah. 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 This is what happens when his wrath waxes hot. Woo! Family, this second Enoch.
This ain't his wrath.
This ain't his wrath.
It's just him.
Yeah,
He just him.
Yeah. You don't want his wrath to wax hot.
Yeah.
Look, this is second Enoch family in a volume 1 of the Pseudepigrapha, right? Page 148. We're gonna read chapter 29.
And it reads, and for all my own heavens I shaped a shape from the fiery substance. My eye looked at the solid and very hard rock, and from the flash of my eye I took the marvelous substance of lightning, both fire in water and water in fire. Neither does this one extinguish that one, nor does that one extinguish this one. That is why lightning is sharper and brighter than the shining sun, and softer than water, more solid than the hardest rock. And from the rock, I cut off a great fire, and from the rock I created the rank of the bodiless armies, 10 myriad angels.
Yeah, this is. So I just wanted to read that to show the glorious majesty of the Most High, right? He blinks. He blinks. He blinks. And flashes of lightning proceed out of his eyes.
Who can even understand that?
This is how David. This is how David in the Psalm said the hills melt in his presence. They melt like wax in his presence. Right? Man, the Most High is so powerful. If he was to get off, where you read that at? If he said if his face, if he were to turn his face away from the earth, everything would be destroyed.
But he said if he looks at it, it trembles in fear. But if he looks away from it, it ceases to exist. I'm trying to find it.
Come on, man.
That gave me chills.
That's his mercy. That's his mercy and his infinite. All right, if
matter of fact, let's read this for an example of his power. This second Enoch 24. This is
bring it out.
This is the very end of it. I'm starting at but.
Okay.
But the sun rests.
Yeah.
It says, you ready? I'm going to read it. On page 142, right on top of 25, but the sun.
Okay, go ahead.
But the sun has rest in himself, yet I did not find rest, because everything was not yet created. And I thought up the idea of establishing a foundation to create a visible creation.
He did that from nothing. It was always something there, invisible.
Just like it's always so. If there is a realm,
yes, sir,
inside of a realm.
That's right.
Inside of a realm.
That's right.
There is so much unseen,
even from one heaven to the next.
Come on, man.
We see what's in this heaven.
We only see what he allows us to see.
Yeah. And it ain't much.
It ain't much.
I'm gonna bring it out. Most High will.
Come on, man. And it ain't much. All right. You don't want to be on the bad side of the Most High.
Oh, praise.
You really don't. Because I'm trying to tell you, it ain't gonna be pretty.
It ain't no fight.
It ain't gonna be pretty. Right? It's what he doing to these nations. It's not gonna be pretty, right? He told them in Ezekiel 38, he gonna put hooks in their jaws. He gonna bring them all down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. He gonna put hooks in their jaws.
Yes, sir.
And this is what they doing. Let's read that real quick.
What is that in?
Ezekiel 38.
I just found it right when we're gonna read that.
Go ahead. Bring it up.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 33, 2nd Enoch. My bad, y'all. And there is no advisor and no successor to my creation. I am self-eternal and not made by hands. My thought is without change. My wisdom is my advisor, and my deed is my word. And my eyes look at all things. If I look at all things, then they shall stand still and shake with terror. But if I should turn my face away, then all things would perish.
He just closed his eyes. Resistance.
Boy, you done. He blinked once on you.
That's enough to meditate on right there.
We know it ain't for us because if we got his promise that, you know what I'm saying, that ain't gonna happen. But if it be over. Yeah.
He doing a real long stare contest with us.
Yeah, buddy.
And
He got us engraved on the palms of his hand, brother. So you know what I'm saying?
YouTube shadow banning. But anyway, we gonna skip this, right? Y'all gonna read that Ezekiel 38. Go and get that book, The Valley of the Dry Bones, the condition that black people face, the conditions that face black people in America by Rudolph R. Windsor. Right?
Sound like a good read, Hebrew.
It is. It's a very good read from top to bottom. All right. Well, we're gonna get into why. One of the reasons why we shouldn't anger the Most High. First of all, let's grab this. Exodus 20. Exodus 20 and 3.
Straight to the law now.
Exodus 20 and 3. Exodus 20 and 3. They did one verse.
Verse 20. Exodus 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Now we finna get into this. You know that all of that before, right? We talking about the war. We you can say we was all over the place, but we just freestyling. We moving in the Ruach, right?
That's right.
But now I want to talk about this upcoming Folly Day, which people call Holy Day, Holy Days, whatever. Thanksgiving, right? A lot of people, even some Israelites who claim they have come out of the world, don't think there's anything wrong with them celebrating or observing Thanksgiving, right? They call all the other worldly feast days or worldly holidays or worldly folly days, right? They call all of them pagan, but it's something about this one right here that they don't think there's anything wrong with. And a lot of people, well, we just give it thanks and da 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 da. Well, you can give thanks every day.
Especially to the Most High. You need to give thanks every day.
I mean, that's who they claimed they was thanking. You know, when they came together, these pilgrims and these Indians came together and they had this feast and they claimed they were giving thanks to God. But what God were they giving thanks to?
Which one?
All right. He said, you shall have no other gods before me in his presence, around him, or in his place. You can't replace the Most High. He is the power of powers. Right? So let's get into this. This is wordsmith, right? Since this ain't what I want right here. Let me go and find. Hold on. Let me find it real quick. Yeah.
That was long. That was long the Most High love.
Now, people don't think there's nothing wrong with it. We're going to find out there's a lot wrong with freaking Thanksgiving. And y'all go on this right here. This right here is wordsmith.com. This you can Google wordsmith pagan Christian holidays, right? and this link will pop up. Right, this right here is Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving. Can y'all see that? Y'all give me a 7 if y'all can see that. I just blew it up a little bit. Y'all put a 7 in the chat if y'all can see that. It's classroom participation time. I don't see no 7s. I ain't gonna wait on it. All right. It says right here, the pagans in Rome, which mostly all Romans were pagan.
Yes, man, not all. Yeah, well, I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, because the Roman centurion had more faith than all of Israel.
That's true.
And all of the Romans weren't pagan.
Mm-hmm. But hey, listen, I'm over men. I tell them go, they go. You ain't gotta come, just say it, speak it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, like, man, I ain't found no faith even in Israel.
Come on, man. Right here it says the pagans in Rome celebrated their Thanksgiving in early October. The holiday was dedicated to the goddess of the harvest, Ceres, and the holiday was called Cerealia. Right now, the Hebrew Israelites had a commanded feast during harvest time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we just celebrated that, the Feast of Tabernacles. Which you can find in the Holy Bible. But you can't find no Cerealia in the Holy Bible. You can't find no Cerealia being commanded for you to celebrate or observe in the Bible, which all of the Romans and all of these Christians today hold as the Word of God. You can't find nowhere in the Word of God where he tells you to celebrate Cerealia. You can't even find it. You can't even do a search on damn Bible app Cerealia and find any results.
No hit. No
results found. We're gonna find out what the celebration of Cerealia is, right? It says the Catholic Church took over the pagan holiday and it became well established in England, where some of the pagan customs and rituals for this day were observed long after the Roman Empire was absorbed into the church system. In England, the harvest home has been observed continuously for centuries. Closer to here, among the Aztecs of Mexico, the harvest took on a grim aspect. Each year, a young girl, a representation of Xylonin, whatever, however you pronounce it, right? The goddess of the new corn was beheaded. Right? And if y'all ever seen that movie, I forget the name of that movie. Man, I forget the name of that movie. It's about this Indian guy. What's the name of that movie? And he was running from the colonizers. I forget the name of that movie, man. And I think it was a true story. God, dog. Most I bring it to me. I forget the name of that movie, man, but it was about these quote unquote Native Americans, and the guy he was just running through the forest or whatever, and in the end you can see that the people were captured and they were taking them up and offering them up to a god, and they would beheading them. All of them. They were chopping their head off and they would show their head roll down the steps of this Aztec pyramid. I forget the name of that movie, man.
That ain't I know what you're talking about. I think Hebrew.
Anybody know the name of that movie? Y'all put it in the chat. Man, I forget the name of that movie.
I know what you're talking about, Hebrew. God, dog.
Apocalypto.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the last of the movie.
No, it's Apocalypto.
Okay.
Y'all read it. I mean, not read it, but go watch this. It's a big graphic. Yeah, you can read it with the caption on. Yeah, you can read it with the caption on, but you're gonna want to pay attention to the movie. Y'all go watch the Apocalypse though. All right. Right here it says the goddess of the new corn was beheaded. The Pawnees also sacrificed a girl in a more temperate mood. Okay, it says the Pawnees also sacrificed a girl. In a more temperate move, the Native Americans of the Southeast danced the green corn dance and began the new year at harvest's end. This is the reason that Native Americans were right at home with the Pilgrim Fathers on that day in 1621. Obviously, the idea for this first Thanksgiving in the New World was not a new idea. On the contrary, Thanksgiving in the guise of the pagan harvest festivals can be traced right back to ancient Babylon and the worship of Semiramis.
Ancient who?
Babylon and Semiramis. You might ask, if you don't know, who is Semiramis? Because you don't read nothing about Semiramis in the Bible. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7. Jeremiah, chapter 7. And I'll pick it up at verse 1.
The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahuwah, saying, stand in the gate of Yahuwah's house, and proclaim there this word, and say, hear the word of Yahuwah, all ye of Judah, that entered in at these gates to worship Yahuwah. Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, amend your ways and your doings, and I will cause you to dwell in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Trust ye not in lying words, saying, the temple of Yahuwah, the temple of Yahuwah, the temple of Yahuwah are these. For if ye thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if you thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor, if you oppress not a stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, and shed not innocent blood in this place, neither walk after the gods of your hurts.
Other gods
to your hurts. Excuse me for that. Then will I cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers forever and ever.
So if you don't walk after other gods, in which we about to explain to you, when you celebrate Thanksgiving, you are walking after other gods. Even if you don't celebrate it, but you go to Big Mama house and get you a plate.
That's right.
You eating whatever was sacrificed.
That's right. And they done prayed over it and everything else.
Come on now. They done offered it up to their God. And yes, white Jesus is a false God.
Yes.
That is a pagan deity. And it actually came up, I forget the Pope's name, but his father was a Pope. Caesar Borgia, his dad was Pope during this time. His son was a murderous, incestuous, wicked homosexual.
Yeah.
The true word of a nigga. He was filthy. And his son was having a relationship with, I think it was Leonardo da Vinci.
So was.
And son, Leonardo da Vinci, while they were having their affair, painted a picture of his boyfriend. And his dad loved it so much. When he died, he used that picture and paraded it around the church as if he was Jesus. So when y'all worship white Jesus, you're actually worshiping a murderer. You're actually worshiping a guy who was walking around with syphilis. You're a boy lover. It ain't got nothing to do with you, black man, woman, and child. Shalom, Ak Yehoshua. You want to jump over here? Come on, double dutch. All right, I'm finna put the link in the chat then, brother. I don't jump on in here. Share some of your wisdom with the people. Right? What you got, Hebrew? I see you.
I'm trying to see if I want to find it first, but I'm trying to see if I want to bring it out. I'll let you know.
All right. Well, let's get back. I finished it, Jeremiah. Right?
And I got you.
Okay.
What verse again?
Yeah, verse 8.
And it reads, Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods, whom ye know not?
Hold on, time out. Man, stop playing, talking about you shy. Get on in here, bro. Cut it out, Yeah, he did.
I'm shy.
Come on, out. Stop playing, brother. I don't know. I think he's still in there, but he might be having some issues with his device. All right. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Gotcha. 10. And come and stand before me in this house, which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to do all these abominations. Is this house?
Hey, check that out, right? Check that out.
We are delivered to do all these abominations.
We gotta go to Ezekiel after this.
Hey, look, bring it up. He said, come. Like, will you do all of this? Will you steal, murder, and commit adultery, swear falsely, burn incense unto Baal, walk out the deities and really demons that you have not known? Then come and stand before me in the temple, which is called by my name, and say you were allowed to do all these abominations? We were delivered to do all of this. Huh? What?
Your son is going to die for us to do this.
What? We were delivered.
Excuse me. You going to die for us.
We were delivered to eat Thanksgiving dinner. We were delivered to have a gay pastor. We were delivered to do all these abominations. Wow, you going to lie to his face like that?
Hey, you know what, Hebrew? When he said that he started to hate all the feasts, all the new moons.
Come on, man.
You know why? It was because of idolatry. The children of Israel would wake up and go under every green tree, go in every bush, sacrifice to them gods, and then on the Sabbath, go to the temple and come before the Most High.
They would worship idols as if they're worshiping the Most High.
Yep.
Read in Ezekiel. Went through a hole or a doorway in the temple.
Yeah,
I got
that was a
hole. Whoa, man.
My bad. Excuse me.
Right, let's go on and finish this. I'm trying to get down to the Queen of Heaven.
Is this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes? Behold, even I have seen, saith Yahuwah. But go ye now unto my place, which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at the first, and see what I did to it, for the wickedness of my people Israel. And now, because ye have done all these works, saith Yahuwah, and I spake unto you, rising up early and speaking, but ye heard not, and I called you, but ye answered not. Therefore will I do unto this house, which is called by my name, wherein ye trust, and unto the place which I gave to you, and to your fathers, as I have done to Shiloh, and I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee.
Oh, seed of Ephraim.
Don't even pray for him. Huh?
I'm done.
Hey, after this, right? Hey, send this. Share this to all your family. Everybody you know.
Yes, sir.
Share it with them. Right? And if they don't listen, the blood is off of your hands.
That's right. Make that dressing taste spoiled in your mouth.
Come on now. Make them shitterlings even more stank.
I ain't never heard that one before.
That's what it smells like.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's all they eat.
Yeah.
Boo-boo.
Remedy is still in there, probably.
Pig intestines. You eat pig intestines. You ain't even supposed to eat organs. But you eat pig intestines?
You eat an abomination and then breaking the commandments in two ways with your choice of food.
I mean, he said we would
pig intestines.
Pig, period. But yeah.
Yeah.
You go to.
You eat pig doodoo.
Yeah.
Pig feces.
Yeah.
And kissing each other.
Oh my God. I could have did without that.
Oh, my bad.
Man, come on in here. Zealots of Israel, Melchizedek Ministries.
Yes, sir.
Come on in here, out. Shalom, Big O. Uncle O in the building.
Hallelujah.
All right. Where you at, Hebrew? 16? 15.
At 15?
No, you at 17. My bad.
Seest thou not what they do in the city of Judah? In the cities of Judah? And in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle a fire. And the women knead their dough.
Everybody is in on it. Even the children.
All encompassed.
The poor little babies.
Hey, bro. When the head.
You see.
Yes, sir.
No hard as pain.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
And the women knead their dough to make cakes to the queen of heaven.
To the who?
Queen of heaven. And to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Do they provoke me to anger? Saith Yahuwah.
That was it. That was it. You can finish that verse.
Do they provoke me to anger? Saith Yahuwah. Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces?
Ezekiel 8, man.
Well, you confusing your days.
Come on, man.
Ezekiel 8.
Come on, man.
Huh?
Bring it up.
Verse 1.
Yeah.
And it came to pass in the 6th year, in the 6th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was in my house, and the elders of Judah sat before me, that the hand of the Most High Elohim fell there upon me. Then I beheld, and lo, a likeness as the appearance of fire, from the appearance of his loins even downward, fire from his loins even upward, as the appearance of brightness, as the color of amber. And he put me forth the form of a hand, and took me by a lock of mine head, not by no straight hair. And the Spirit lifted me up between earth and the heaven, and brought me into the vision of Elohim to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoked to jealousy. And behold, the glory of the Most High Elohim of Israel, was there, according to the vision that I saw in the plain. Then said he unto me, Son of man, lift up thine eyes now, the way toward the north. So I lifted up my eyes in the way toward the north, and behold, northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do? Even the great abominations that the house of Israel committed here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary. But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination. This just beginning up.
And look, even tomorrow, in the Lord's house, they're gonna be eating.
Yes, sir.
Food sacrificed to idols.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, abomination that came to me.
On their Shabbat, what they call their Shabbat, they don't
know nothing about no Sabbath.
Come on, man.
No offense.
No, they know.
They know about the Sabbath. They don't know how to keep that.
No offense can be made. Shoot, they don't know what they're doing.
If they pick their book up, they would.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But they train to listen and not question.
But you know, some of them don't even take Bibles to church. You know, you remember when you used to go to church when you was little, they had Bibles at every pew?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Pick one up out the back.
Come on now. But now they don't even want you to read for yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, just bring a hand fan and a big hat.
Pastor don't even read. He'll read Jesus wept and have a whole sermon for 3 hours.
He was give. Shall you steal from God?
Come on, man.
And sit there dancing, they possessed with the demon goes for all the rest of them 3 hours.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna read this verse 7.
Read it.
And he brought me to the door of the court. And when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door. Now they'd have made some secret in the temple. And he said unto me, Go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping thing and abominable beast, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. They got them a little, what do you call them, little thing? Where you go for that art museum. And there stood before them 70 men in the ancient of the house. These are old heads. And in the midst of them stood Jazaniah, the son of Shapar, with every man his censer in his hand. And a thick cloud of incense went up. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients, these are old ones, of the house of Israel do in the dark? Every man in the chambers of his imagining. For they say, the Most High seeth not. The Most High hath forsaken the earth. He said also unto me, Turn thee again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Most High house, which was toward the north. And behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. Then said he unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination than these. And he brought me to the inner court of the Most High's house. And behold, at the door of the temple of the Most High, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs toward the temple of the Most High, and their face toward the east, and they worship the sun toward the east. And I'm gonna stop it right there, Hebrew. This right here, this is happening right in the Most High temple. Well, when they say repent for our forefathers,
it's all Babylon worship. Right? Now we read in that Jeremiah 7 about the Queen of Heaven. Let's go figure out who the Queen of Heaven is. This right here is BibleOdyssey.com, right? .org, right? It says the Queen of Heaven, right? I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm gonna blow it up a little bit more. right? Hopefully y'all can see it. Hopefully y'all can see that. I wear glasses and I can see it even without my glasses on. So I pray y'all can see that. All right. If not, let me know. I'll blow it up a little bit more. But you gotta let me know now, because I'm finna read. Just a little bit.
Make it easy on. Make it easy on.
Yeah, they might be sitting a little ways away from they might be watching it on TV.
It's decently readable.
Yeah. I can barely see it on your phone. All right, let me put it on the whole screen. And let me do this right here. Take my ugly mug off. All right. Right here about the Queen of Heaven. Who is the Queen of Heaven? Let's see. In the years leading up to the Babylonian exile, the prophet Jeremiah argued that Yahweh or Yahuwah or Yahweh, however you render the Hebrew, however you pronounce it, it's on you. We don't have no salvation by pronouncing the name.
Indeed.
All right. Argued that Yahweh was angry at the people of Judah for worshiping foreign gods.
Mm-hmm.
These foreign gods included the mysterious Queen of Heaven. Right here, got Jeremiah 7 and 18, Jeremiah 44, 15 through 18 in parentheses. While scholars have attempted to pinpoint a single deity behind this title, the Queen of Heaven is likely a mixture of different deities found throughout the Bronze and Iron Ages in the Levant, Egypt, Mesopotamia, and lands beyond, right? What is the biblical context of the Queen of Heaven? We hear about the Queen of Heaven in the book of Jeremiah, a prophet active in the late 7th and early 6th centuries from Anathoth in the land of Benjamin. Jeremiah 7 and 18 describes specific rites dedicated to the Queen of Heaven. The children gather wood, the fathers kindle fire, and the women knead dough to make cakes for the Queen of Heaven, and they pour out drink offerings to other gods. These rites were clearly vital to the Judites. In Jeremiah 44, the people flat out refused to stop burning incense and pouring out drink offerings to the Queen of Heaven. Instead, they state that violence and famine arise when they stop these rituals, right? Now, we're going to read these several different names, but it all links back. It's all tied in to one person. And we're going to read that once we get into this book, all right? It says Jeremiah condemns this worship, and his anger against the Queen of Heaven is not unique. The Hebrew Bible frequently condemns the worship of foreign deities. For example, Judges 10 and 6 condemns the worship of Balaam and Ashtaroth, the plural of Baalim, of Baal and Ashtoreth, right? These terms sometimes reference specific gods, that is Ashtoreth of the Sidonians. But they can also be a general name for foreign deities. Was the Queen of Heaven also a generic name or a specific deity? The answer is likely both. Who is the goddess behind the Queen of Heaven? The Queen of Heaven might refer to the Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar. The Hebrew name for the cake baked for the Queen of Heaven, Kawan, may be related to the Akkadian Kamanu, which is described in several Mesopotamian texts as a cake made for Ishtar. Ishtar is also widely recognized as the Queen of Heaven and Earth in Mesopotamian royal hymns and cult songs. Further evidence can be found in Jeremiah 44 and 19, where women explained that they made cakes for the Queen of Heaven, marked with her image. Some scholars have suggested this image may relate to clay and stone molds, a nude standing female discovered throughout the Levant over the late Bronze and early Iron Ages. These molds were primarily used to cast clay figurines and plaques. But some scholars, like Raphael Patai have argued that they were also used as cake molds. Scholars frequently, although not without controversy, associate this imagery with Ishtar. See, for instance, the work of Julia Asante. The Queen of Heaven might also refer to Ashtoreth or Astarte, a goddess who is strongly hated in the Hebrew Bible. Astarte and another Levantine goddess, Anat, were imported into Egypt and worshipped as queens of heaven in association with New Kingdom pharaohs and as consorts to major gods like Ptah and Re. Astarte is also generally recognized by scholars as the Levantine counterpart of the Mesopotamian Ishtar. However, King Josiah, under whose reign Jeremiah was active, destroyed the high places built for Ashereth, the abomination of the Sidonians. While biblical claims of such sort can be hyperbolic or idealistic, it is notable that Ashtoreth's name is frequently used in the Bible as shorthand for all hated foreign gods. The Queen of Heaven may also refer to Isis, a popular Egyptian goddess, or Asherah, the consort of Yahweh in biblical and extra-biblical texts. Asherah may be related to the Bronze Age goddess Atherath, queen of the Ugaritic pantheon. She too was equated in the Hebrew Bible with hated foreign deities. I ain't gonna get into all of that. It says one name, many goddesses, right? But really, is one goddess, many names. We're gonna find it out here shortly. Y'all bruise got anything to add to it?
No, hey, listen, remember we were talking earlier how, you know what I'm saying, you brought out a tremendous part when you basically said how we were speaking about how when
hold on. I know where you're going.
Oh, okay.
I know where you're going.
Okay, I'm leaving it alone.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
All right. You ask me a question.
All right. I know where you're going, bro. Hold on now.
Okay.
Now, this Queen of Heaven, right? One name that they didn't say is Semiramis. That's one name that they didn't say.
That's right.
I wonder why. Why didn't they say that one name? Probably because they're not clear. Hold on, let me find my spot here. We're gonna do some reading on this one. We're gonna do some reading. We're gonna start from verse 1. We're gonna do some reading, right? First, let's find out who Semiramis is. Right? This is Bible study tools right here. Let me share my screen.
All that damn chicken and now your stomach hurt.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep moving. This is Bible study tools, right? And the question is, matter of fact, I'll share the link in the chat. Share the link in the chat right here. Who is Semiramis? Right? That's the question. Who is Semiramis, the wife of Nimrod? Right? All right, I'm gonna start right here from the top. History is full of tales about strong, capable women. Some of these females of old wielded their power to pave the way for good, while others preferred to live in infamy via the path of evil. Semiramis is one of those legendary women. While her name may seem unfamiliar, her story has been told and retold throughout the centuries. An important reminder about exploring names outside the biblical canon. Before we dive into the possible identity of this mysterious woman, it's important to note that the name Semiramis is not directly mentioned anywhere within the biblical canon of scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
Because of this and the conflicting historical information given about her, Christians must proceed with prayerful caution when trying to piece together the details of Semiramis's life, especially the details that claim biblical relevance.
Mm-hmm.
But we got one puzzle piece that's gonna tie Semiramis into all pagan worship.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We got the head.
Mm-hmm. Who is Semiramis? In the Sumerian language, Semiramis's name is Samur-Amite.
Mm-hmm.
She's the famous queen regent of the Assyrian Empire who reigned from 811 to 806 BCE. According to the historical documents, she's known as a legendary warrior who exercised political power like no other, commanding territory that stretched from Asia Minor to modern-day Iran. Historians describe her as a rare beauty, a fine military strategist, a master builder, and some even say she was builder and founder of Babylon.
Okay, she did that from 811 to 806. That ain't a lot of years.
That ain't a lot of years.
We'll be doing all that kind of what they talking about. Okay, go ahead.
But Eusebius, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great Judean historian. Eusebius was a well-respected ancient biblical scholar and historian.
Mm-hmm.
Identifies Semiramis as the wife of Nimrod.
No, okay, there it is.
Based on a combination of all these assumptions, countless other historians and scholars have written volumes about Semiramis, transforming the historical queen Sammu-Rammat into the legendary queen Semiramis.
Mm-hmm.
One of the more recent renditions of ever-evolving lore of Semiramis was included in the book The Two Babylons, written in 1853 by a Scottish minister, Alexander Hislop. In the book, the author affirms Eusebius's claim that Semiramis was Nimrod's wife and elaborates on her rise to power, citing Greek historical records as reference and proof.
Mm-hmm.
Hislop asserts that Semiramis was instrumental in Nimrod's plan to rebel against the Most High. And he speaks of the woman's unusual ability to manipulate the will of men.
Uh-oh.
Hislop goes on to say that together, Nimrod and Semiramis created a polytheistic religious system focused on the stars to lure Yah's chosen people away from true worship.
Uh-oh.
Shortly after Nimrod died, Hislop reports that Semiramis earned the title Queen of Heaven when she claimed that Nimrod was a god and that her newborn son was Nimrod reincarnate. Mm-hmm. So began the worship of Semiramis and the child god and the whole paraphernalia of the Babylonian religious system. Right? That's what my brother read. We read the worship about the Queen of Heaven in Jeremiah 7. And my brother read in Ezekiel 8 about the weeping for of Tammuz. That's the we finna go there.
Yes,
I'm gonna drop this right here. Y'all click that link. Y'all read all of that. We're about to change gears.
All praise.
Right? This right here, I'm gonna scroll up and show y'all what this book looks like. This right here is the book Babylon Mystery Religion, Ancient and Modern, right? This book was written by Ralph Woodrow, right, in 1966. All right, y'all can go on Amazon, search this book, Babylon Mystery Religion, and you will find it. We're gonna start at chapter 1, and we're gonna read. I think we're gonna read into chapter 2. We're gonna do a bit of reading. Hold on. Did I stop sharing? Let me share my screen.
All I see is you up there.
All right. Get my ugly mug off there. Let me see here. I hope y'all can see that. It's gonna get blurry if I blow it up anymore. Hope y'all can see that.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
You want me to read a little bit?
If thou wantest to.
I got you. Till my eyes get tired. I'm working with 1.5, but I'm good.
All right. I mean, you gotta read.
No, I got you, people.
All right.
Okay, so it reads: the mystery religion of Babylon has been symbolically described in the last book of the Bible as a woman, arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. That's Revelation 17, 1 through 6. When the Bible uses symbolic language as a woman can symbolize a church, the true church, for example, is likened to a bride, a chaste virgin, a woman without spot or blemish. That's Ephesians and Revelations. But in striking contrast to the true church, the woman of our text is spoken of.
Hold on. That's my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead. There you go.
Nope. Okay. Oh, I'm a little lagging behind you there.
Yeah. My bad, fam. I'm giving me click over here. Should be up there now.
Well, yeah, it is. Hold on. I gotta get back to that work. I blew my
button striking. Oh, you got it on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you had button striking contrast.
Okay, wait. The truth was not look like no.
Button striking contrast.
I don't see it because you blew it up and then you took it down, so I don't know if we're in the same spot.
It's right after the parentheses. Let me. Hold on.
Okay, now it's going up. Yeah, it's going. Okay, yeah. Okay. When the Bible uses symbolic language as the woman, okay. Back to the Bible, but in striking contrast to the true church, the woman of our text is spoken of as an unclean woman, a defiled woman, a harlot. If it is correct to apply this symbolism to a church system, it is clear that the only a defiled and fallen church could be met. In big capital letters, the Bible calls her Mystery Babylon. When John wrote the book of Revelation, you gotta go up a little bit. Go up a little bit. When John wrote the book of Revelation as a city had already. There you go.
Let me read it because you.
Yeah, okay,
you're a little. You're going
on, dog.
Yeah, you're a little behind. Yeah. All right. It's
kick me off there. That's fine. He ain't mad about it.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It says, when John wrote the book of Revelation, Babylon as a city had already been destroyed and left in ruins, as the Old Testament prophets had foretold in Isaiah 13, 19 through 22, and Jeremiah 51 and 52. But though the city of Babylon was destroyed, religious concepts and customs that originated in Babylon continued on and were well represented in many nations of the world. Just what was the religion of ancient Babylon? How did it all begin? What significance does it hold in modern times? How does it all tie in with what John wrote in the book of Revelation? Turning the pages of time back to the period shortly after the flood, men began to migrate from the east, and it came to pass As they journeyed from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Genesis 11:2.
I was just finna go there.
It was in this land of Shinar that the city of Babylon was built, and this land became known as Babylonia, or later as Mesopotamia. Here, the Euphrates and Tigris rivers had built up rich deposits of earth that could produce crops in abundance. But there were certain problems that the people faced. For one thing, the land was overrun with wild animals, which were a constant threat to the safety and peace of the inhabitants. Exodus 23, 29, and 30. Right? Obviously, anyone who could successfully provide protection from these wild beasts will receive great acclaim from the people. It was at this point that a large, powerfully built man by the name of Nimrod appeared on the scene. Dun, 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 dun.
Looking like what's that basketball player name? We used to call it. That's a grown man. I forgot his name. Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Looking like Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he old faggot. Yeah, big faggot. Where I'm at. It says he became famous as a mighty hunter against the wild animals. The Bible tells us, and Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. Genesis 10:89. Apparently, Nimrod's success as a mighty hunter caused him to become famous among those primitive people. He became a mighty one in the earth, a famous leader in worldly affairs. Gaining this prestige, he devised a better means of protection. Instead of constantly fighting the wild beasts, why not organize the people into cities and surround them with walls of protection? Then, why not organize these cities into a kingdom? Evidently, this was the thinking of Nimrod, for the Bible tells us that he organized such kingdom. Mm-hmm. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel and Erech and Akkad and Calais, and in the land of Shinar, Genesis 10:10. The kingdom of Nimrod is the first mentioned in the Bible. Whatever advances may have been made by Nimrod would have been well and good, but Nimrod was an ungodly ruler. The name Nimrod comes from Marad and means he rebelled. The expression that he was a mighty one before the Lord can carry a hostile meaning. The word before being sometimes used as meaning against the Lord. The Jewish encyclopedia says that Nimrod was he who made all the people rebellious against Elohim. The noted historian Josephus wrote, now it was Nimrod who excited them to such an affront and contempt of Elohim. He also gradually changed the government into tyranny, seeing no other way of turning men from the fear of Elohim. Mm-hmm. The multitudes were very ready to follow the determination of Nimrod, and they built a tower, neither sparing any pains nor being in any degree negligent about the work. And by reason of the multitude of hands employed in it, it grew very high. The place wherein they built the tower is now called Babylon. Mm-hmm. And you can go and read about that in the book of Jasher. I think it's I forget what chapter it is. About how it would take them a whole year to pass a stone from the bottom to the top. Mm-hmm. And
if it failed,
they rejoiced. And every time they failed, they mourned.
They mourned
more about them bricks than they did a person.
Yeah. Y'all gonna read that in the book of Jasher. I forget what chapter. Let me find out what chapter.
They just gonna look at it like
tough. Yeah, tough. Tough. I ain't gonna say that on live. There is, I think it is chapter 8. Chapter 9. Jasher chapter 9. Y'all gonna read it. Y'all gonna read it. It tells you how they were split into 3 divisions, and they all had in those 3 divisions, basically, they wanted to war with the Most High and go up into heaven and place their own gods in the place of him. Mm-hmm. Basically, in short. All right. Continuing on, right? It says, basing his conclusions on information that has come down to us in history, legend, and mythology, Alexander Hislop has written in detail of how Babylonian religion developed around traditions concerning Nimrod, his wife, Semiramis, and her child, Tammuz. Mm-hmm. When Nimrod died, according to the old stories, his body was cut into pieces, burnt, and sent to various areas. Similar practices are mentioned even in the Bible, Judges 19:29, 1 Samuel 11:7. Following his death, which was greatly mourned by the people of Babylon, his wife, Semiramis, claimed he was now the sun god. So guess what you're doing when you go into Sunday church and do your Sunday worship? You're worshiping Nimrod. Later, when she gave birth to a son, she claimed that her son, Tammuz, by name, was their hero, Nimrod, reborn.
Reincarnated.
And when you read about this story, you'll find out that Nimrod is her son. She had a child by her son. Talk about incest. Right? That's why we have laws that are written in Leviticus 18, Leviticus 20. Right?
Not go in into any close kin.
That's right.
Including your mother or your mother's sister.
That's
or
right.
Your father's sister.
Or your sister. Right? It says the accompanying cut shows the way Tammuz came to be represented in classical art. Right? This is Tammuz and why it looked like Tammuz got a boob.
That's I thought it was Semiramis.
Nah, this is Tammuz.
That's
like Tammuz looks super feminine, though.
Like early day TG.
Come on now. The mother of Tammuz had probably heard the prophecy of the coming Messiah to be born of a woman. For this truth was known from the earliest times, Genesis 3 and 15, right? She claimed her son was supernaturally conceived and that he was the promised seed, the Savior. In the religion that developed, however, not only was the child worshipped, but the mother was worshipped also. Much of the Babylonian worship was carried on through mysterious symbols. It was a mystery religion.
Mystery Babylon.
The golden calf, for example, was a symbol of Tammuz, son of the sun god. This is why the Most High was like, look, I'm finna kill all these Negroes. I'm finna kill them all.
Well, babies out of his anus.
I'm finna kill them all. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. He said, I'm finna kill them all.
He said Moses? Your people done gone mad.
I'm finna make.
I don't claim these people right now.
I'm finna raise up a whole nation of Moselites.
Yes, sir.
Moshelites.
Right. He said, since Nimrod was believed to be the sun god or Baal, right?
Yeah.
So when you hear the children worship Baal, they worship Nimrod.
Right.
It's nothing new today.
Nothing
new. Since Nimrod was believed to be the sun god or Baal, fire was considered as his earthly representation. Thus, as we shall see, candles and ritual fires were lighted in his honor. In other forms, Nimrod was symbolized by sun images, fish. Hey, what do a lot of Christians ride around with on their trunk and bumper of their cars? Fish. Trees, pillars, and animals. Centuries later, Paul gave a description which perfectly fits the course that the people of Babylon followed. When they knew God, they glorified him not as God, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and to four-footed beasts, and creeping things. They changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator. For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affections. Romans 1 started at 18, but it says right here, Romans 1, 21 through 26.
Bro, that's going all the way back to the garden.
Yes, sir.
You serving that creature.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it even goes into man worship.
Yes, sir.
Because man is a creature.
Yeah.
A lot of people worship their pastors.
You shall not surely die, but you will be like the Most High.
Come on now.
You will have the ability to determine good and evil and decipher it for yourself.
Do you see how conniving and man manipulative that is? Because Satan tried to manipulate and coerce man into doing exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to exalt himself above the Most High.
Take power to your own hands.
Yeah, go on and do this. I know you can. You made in his image.
And still doing it.
And
because
still
man image, the way people, especially nowadays, bro, they act like they poop do not stink. They worship themselves more. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them smell just like they poop. I'm like, y'all like a smoke in my nose. A constant irritant.
Read.
Yes, sir. If I can find this symbol of idolatry spread from Babylon to the nations. For it was from this location that men were scattered over the face of the earth. Read it, Genesis 11.
Genesis 11. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go to and let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Prophesied against themselves. Go ahead.
And the Most High came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Most High said, behold, the people is of one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do.
They will rebel more and more, right? And that's what these people, this is the coexist doctrine. This is Mystery Babylon, who is leading the coexist doctrine. The Roman Church.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 7. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Most High scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off building the city. Therefore, the name of it is called Babel, because the Most High did there confound the language of all the earth. And from this did the Most High scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
All, how much of the earth?
All of it.
All the earth.
That's how it got to be. All over the earth.
All over the earth. And read, right? Here it says, they went. Babylon took the worship of the mother. They took their worship of the mother and child and the various mystery symbols with them. It's only right. Right? It didn't say he came down and stopped them from their idol worship.
Right.
It says he came down and confounded their language and scattered them over all the face of the earth.
So they just left out speaking Russian, French, but they all the same.
All the same custom.
Yeah.
He really had mercy on them.
All the same, yeah, because he could have destroyed them.
Yeah. But they would have never. I mean,
with the knowledge that
we got of the heavens and the earth now, they would have never made it.
Mind you, this is after the flood.
Yeah.
Right? It says Herodotus, the world traveler and historian of antiquity, witnessed the mystery religion and its rites in numerous countries and mentions how Babylon was the primeval source from which all systems of idolatry flowed. Bunsen says that the religious system of Egypt was derived from Asia and the primitive empire in Babel. In his noted work, Nineveh and its remains, Layard declares that we have the united testimony of sacred and profane history that idolatry originated in the area of Babylonia, the most ancient of religious systems. All of these historians were quoted by Hislop. When Rome became a world empire, it is a known fact that she assimilated into her system the gods and religions from the various pagan countries over which she ruled. Since Babylon was the source of the paganism of these countries, we can see how the early religion of pagan Rome was but the Babylonish worship that had developed into various forms and under different names in the countries to which it had gone. Now, these people who came over here, they call them pilgrims, were European. And basically, the Europe ain't nothing but people who migrated from Rome. You had the European Union, which is the toes, the feet, and the toes. Iron mingled with clay.
Iron clay, yeah.
That's the European Union. And some of them who were outcasts came over here and they wanted to start a new world over here in the West. When they got here, they found people already here. And when they got here, we're going to read about it. They didn't know how to hunt. They didn't know how to, you know what I mean? They didn't know how to do nothing. And these natives that were over here already had their own form of worship. You know what I'm saying? And they came over here and, you know, they taught them how to hunt. They taught them how to, you know, do for themselves. Pilgrims turned on them. You know, they had their little feast and they gave thanks and did all of this. Pilgrims turned on them and they killed them.
Gained their knowledge.
Come on now.
Destroyed them with it.
Come on now.
And then celebrated on their land the destruction of them with the knowledge that they
Come on now.
Well, you can't give more than knowledge.
Come on now. When you celebrate Thanksgiving, you're celebrating death.
Mm-hmm.
You're celebrating a mass murder.
Mm-hmm.
You chowing down on your hog and turkey.
The only mass murder that we're commanded to remember is that of Passover, when he murdered all the firstborn of the Egyptians.
Righteous judge.
Mm-hmm.
Righteous judge. Right? And we remember the death of our Messiah. Right? Being a constant reminder of of how we are supposed to die daily in our flesh so that we may live in the spirit.
Yes, sir.
Those are the only deaths that we are to celebrate and remember. But y'all giving thanks to the death of thousands of natives.
Stealing.
Thanks and because they came over, killed the natives, and stole their land.
Mm-hmm.
2 commandments.
2 commandments, bro.
Right there.
Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal.
Back to back.
Right, it says, bearing this in mind, we notice that it was during this time when Rome ruled the world that the true Savior, I'm gonna read verbatim, Jesus Christ was born, living among men, died, and rose again. He ascended into heaven, sent back the Holy Spirit, and the New Testament church was established in the earth. What glorious days. One only has to read the book of Acts to see how much God blessed his people in those days. Multitudes were added to the church, the true church.
Mm-hmm.
Great signs and wonders were performed as God confirmed his word with signs following.
Mm-hmm.
True Christianity, anointed by the Holy Spirit, swept the world like a prairie fire. It encircled the mountains and crossed the oceans. It made kings to tremble and tyrants to fear. It was said of those early Christians that they had turned the world upside down. So powerful was their message and spirit. Now we know that these were Israelites, and they were only first called Christians at Antioch, which is in Rome, ironically. Right? It says, before too many years had passed, however, men began to set themselves up as lords over God's people in place of the Holy Spirit. Instead of conquering by spiritual means and by truth, as in the early days, men began to substitute their ideas and their methods. Attempts to merge paganism into Christianity were being made even in the days our New Testament was being written. For Paul mentioned that the mystery of iniquity was already at work, warned that there would come a falling away and some would depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, the counterfeit doctrines of the pagans. 2 Thessalonians 2, 3 and 7, 1 Timothy 4 and 2. By the time that Jude wrote the book that bears his name, it was necessary for him to exhort the people to earnestly contend for the faith that was once delivered unto the saints. For certain men had crept in who were attempting to substitute things that were no part of the original faith. Jude 1, 3 and 4. Right? Christianity came face to face with Babylonian paganism in its various forms that had been established in the Roman Empire. The early Christians refused to have anything to do with its customs and beliefs. Much persecution resulted. Many Christians were falsely accused, thrown to the lion, burned at the stake, and in other ways tortured and martyred. Then great changes began to be made. The emperor of Rome professed conversion to Christianity. Huh? We know who that is.
Yeah.
Right? Anybody that don't know, that's the Roman Emperor Constantine, right? Who converted to create Christianity and, you know, start building churches, right? But what we don't know is he adopted paganism and merged Christianity with paganism.
He was a sun worshiper.
He was a sun worshiper. Imperial orders went forth throughout the empire that persecutions should cease. Bishops were given high honors. The church began to receive worldly recognition and power. But for all of this, a great price had to be paid. Many compromises were made with paganism. You don't compromise
That's right.
with devil worship.
That's right.
Instead of the church being separate from the world, it became part of this world system. The emperor, showing favor, demanded a place of leadership in the church, for in paganism, emperors were believed to be gods. From here on, wholesale mixtures of paganism into Christianity were made, especially at Rome. We believe the pages which follow prove it was this mixture that produced that system which is known today as the Roman Catholic Church. We do not doubt that there are many fine, sincere, and devout Catholics. It's not our intention to treat lightly or to ridicule anyone whose belief we may here disagree with. Instead, we would hope that this book would inspire people, regardless of their church affiliation, to forsake Babylonian doctrines and concepts and seek a return to the faith that was once delivered unto the saints. And you can find it in the Holy Bible.
Yes, sir.
Chapter 2. I ain't gonna give y'all too much. You know, I ain't gonna spoil the book because I can read this whole book tonight. I'll be on here 10 hours. I ain't gonna do that, right? Y'all see that. The mother and child worship. This is what I really wanted to get into, so we can get into these various names that how we read previously, how this Babylonian worship, while they were building the Tower of Babel, the Most High came and scattered the people all across the face of the earth. Right now, you got various languages. And people worshiping, practicing the same worship in different languages. So you have Baal in one language, it may be Zeus in another. It may be something in this language, but it may be Samhain in another. You know what I'm saying? So it might be Semiramis in Babylon, but in somewhere else, it's another language. It's another name.
Yeah.
And we about to find it out. Right? And we all know once the Roman Church got it, it became Mary and baby Jesus. Right? All right. The mother and child worship says one of the most outstanding examples of how Babylonian paganism has continued to our day may be seen in the way the Roman Church invented Mary worship to replace the ancient worship of the mother goddess. Excuse me. The story of the mother and child was widely known in ancient Babylon and developed into an established worship. Numerous monuments of Babylon show the goddess mother Semiramis with her child Tammuz in her arms. When the people of Babylon were scattered to the various parts of the earth, they carried the worship of the divine mother and her child with them. This explains why many nations worship a mother and child in one form or another. Centuries before the true Savior, Jesus Christ, was born into this world. In the various countries where this worship spread, the mother and child were called by different names. For we will recall, language was confused about it. The Chinese had a mother goddess called Xingmu, or the Holy Mother. She is pictured with child in arms and rays of glory around her head. The ancient Germans worshipped the Virgin Hertha with child in arms. The Scandinavians called her Disa, who was also pictured with a child. The Etruscans called her Nutria, and among the Druids, witches, right, the Virgo Putitura was worshipped as the mother of God. In India, she was known as Indrani, who was also represented with child in arms, as shown in the accompanying illustration. The mother goddess was known as Aphrodite or Ceres to the Greeks, Nana to the Sumerians, and as Venus or Fortuna to her devotees in the olden days of Rome, and her child as Jupiter. The accompanying illustration below shows the mother and child as Devaki and Krishna. For ages, Isi, the great goddess, and her child, Iswara, have been worshipped in India, where temples were erected for their worship. In Asia, the mother was known as Sybil, and the child as Dios, whatever. But regardless of her name or place, says one writer, she was the wife of Baal, the virgin queen of heaven, who born fruit, although she never conceived. When the children of Israel fell into apostasy, they too were defiled with this mother goddess worship. As we read in Judges 2 and 13, they forsook the Lord and served Baal and Ashtaroth. Ashtoreth was the name by which the goddess was known to the children of Israel. It is pitiful to think that those who had known the true power would depart from him and worship the heathen mother. Yet this is exactly what they did repeatedly. In Judges 10 and 6, 1 Samuel 7 and 3 and 4, 1 Samuel 12 and 10, 1 Kings 11, 5 and 2, 2 Kings 23 and 13. One of the titles by which the goddess was known among them was the Queen of Heaven. Jeremiah 44, 17 through 19. Yeah. The prophet Jeremiah rebuked them for worshiping her, but they rebelled against his warning. In Ephesus, the great mother was known as Diana, and we gonna look up all of these names: Ceres, Fortuna, Diana, and it's gonna all be the same thing.
Same story.
Just different names.
Different name. Right? It says the temple dedicated to her in that city was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Not only at Ephesus, but throughout all Asia and the world was the goddess worshipped. Acts 19 and 27. In Egypt, the mother was known as Isis and her child as Horus. It is very common for the religious monuments of Egypt to show the infant Horus seated on the lap of his mother. This false worship, having spread from Babylon to the various nations in different names and forms, finally became established in Rome and throughout the Roman Empire, says a noted writer concerning this period. The worship of the Great Mother was very popular under the Roman Empire. Inscriptions prove that the two, the mother and the child, received divine honors, not only in Italy and especially at Rome, but also in the provinces, particularly in Africa, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, and Bulgaria. It was during this period when the worship of the Divine Mother was very prominent that the Savior, Jesus Christ, founded the true New Testament church. What a glorious church it was in those early days. By the 3rd and 4th centuries, however, what was known as the church had in many ways departed from the original faith, falling into the apostasy about which the apostles had warned. When this falling away came, much paganism was mixed with Christianity. Unconverted pagans were taken into the professing church and in numerous instances were allowed to continue many of their pagan rites and customs, usually with a few reservations or changes to make their beliefs appear more similar to Christian doctrine. One of the best. All right, I'm gonna drop it right there. I'm gonna drop it right there. I could keep reading it. Y'all see, you go and read this. Just go get this book, or you can Google the PDF, and y'all gonna read this for yourself. But I can keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on reading. I could.
It's a lot to unpack.
But y'all get the point. You get the point, right? Now, we read how this pagan worship of Nimrod, Babylon, and Tammuz basically spread throughout all the earth through the confusion at Babel, when he scattered the people all abroad the earth, right? Nothing changed, only the language. You might have some people, you might have some people, add a little bit here and do something a little bit different there, but it's all the same. It's all the same. Now, let's share this. Let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. Let me share this. I'm gonna share this link. Share this link with y'all. This is the gypsythread.org. Thanksgiving, pagan roots, secret symbols. All right. Y'all share this stuff with your people, man. Right? It says Thanksgiving's pagan roots, the secret and the symbols. Right? It said, for those who live in the United States, Thanksgiving is just a few short weeks. It's only 1 week for us, right? It's next Thursday. It's coming up Thursday, right? And it's a trip why it's always on the 4th Thursday in November. And you check that out, right? It's always these certain of their holidays are always on specific days. But with the Most High, you keeping his feast days, you never know. You might celebrate Passover 1 year on a Sunday. Next year it might be on a Friday. The next year it might be on a Wednesday. You ain't got no specific day.
Right.
All you know is the time of the year. You ain't got no specific date at all. All you know, 14 days. 14 days in the first month. At the 14th day in the first month. That's all you need to know. It don't say, well, if it ain't the 14th day, where it needs to be on a Sunday. Right. So even if it's the 15th day, you still keep it on Sunday. When on the 15th day, you're supposed to be in unleavened bread. Mother's Day, Father's Day, always on a Sunday. Easter, always on a Sunday. Now, one holiday might change on a day of the week, and that's Christ Mass. We don't deal with that coming up. I'm here to spoil your holiday fun.
Hallelujah.
It's incumbent upon me to ruin your holiday festivities. And I don't care. My phone on. You can call me. You can get more of an earful. Right?
Yes, sir.
All right. It says families would gather Friendships will be renewed, and everyone will exclaim what they are thankful for or giving thanks for the blessings they have received during the year. Enormous plates of food will be served, including turkey, potatoes, and pumpkin pie. Parades and football games will be watched, and naps will be taken. No one will leave empty-handed, and still the counters will be overflowing with leftovers. It's the American eating tradition. But of all American holidays, this one is neither tied to our patriotic history or any religious occasion. It's just Thanksgiving, and it's so much more. Throughout history, people have gathered together for great feasts celebrating the harvest or the first beers being brewed. They do that in Germany. They take the whole month off. I used to work for a German-based company. They take the whole month off. When October roll around, they call it Oktoberfest. When October roll around, that whole company in Germany shuts down. Or the first beers being brewed, or any of a number of celebrations tied to the earth. And anyone who is anyone knows that earth-based anything has its roots in paganism. In case you are unfamiliar with the exact meaning of the word pagan, it must be understood that it was originally a term used to identify anyone who wasn't a Christian. All of the earth-based old religions were considered pagan. All of the earth-based old world religions were considered pagan. As time passed, the term took on a darker tone and was used to demonize and persecute those who refused to convert. Right? And y'all see this picture right here with this heathen, whatever, this heathen and these children, but you see Pan over here blowing his flute. This Pan is a demon. You can just pointy ass ears.
I never said a human with that attribute.
All right. Yeah, I have.
I'll stay.
You have it. You don't need nobody else.
Yeah. It's a fact.
Right here it says the great civilizations of the past had their own versions of Thanksgiving. The Romans celebrated on a holiday called Sorelia in early October. We just read about that. The festivities were included feasting while thanking the goddess of the harvest, Ceres. In ancient Greece, they honored Demeter. She was the goddess of the harvest, agriculture, and especially corn. The Celts, and Anglo-Saxons had many celebrations connected to thanking the gods for a productive harvest.
We read about them in another lesson.
Yes, sir.
We did the Halloween.
The Halloween, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
They were very wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Lammas and Mabon and Samhain
Mm-hmm.
were the names of the three great harvest festivals of the ancient world. As time progressed, these events were adopted and adapted. In England, an autumnal feast called Harvest Home. This what these pilgrims brought over here. Harvest Home. And was derived from a variant of the ancient Celtic feast. But instead, building great balefires and worshiping the ancient gods, the Christians appropriated parts and added others. Harvest Home was a 3-day feast that began with a special church service followed by a communal dinner. Later, the Puritans would shun Harvest Home as well as Christmas and Easter on the grounds that they had pagan origins. The belief that merging pagan celebrations with Christian doctrine for the sake of converting people didn't sit well with the common people once they discovered it. Their religious beliefs as well as the austerity and difficulty of their lives in the rather primitive settlement, did not permit them the luxury of celebration. Their severe living conditions require discipline and sacrifice. Yet the creation of a new holiday that specifically thanked their God for the harvest that enabled them to survive the winter seemed just fine, right?
That's why even some brews are still not seeing the problem with it.
Seems just fine.
Yeah. It's a church one in Chicago. They, I ain't gonna say the name, but yeah, they ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, they ain't got no problem. I don't care. IOG.
Yes, sir.
Call those out who cause division.
Yeah. They rubbed me wrong when they said wearing fringes. If you wear fringes, you don't believe in the Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
Blasphemy.
When the Messiah had on fringes.
Come on, man. That's what the woman who had the issue for many years was healed, but that's what she grabbed when she was healed.
Mm-hmm.
It literally says that in the Strong's.
Mm-hmm.
See, is that anyway? I ain't gonna get too off course.
They still believe the Gentiles just white people. Hey, that ain't book. Yeah. Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna.
They don't believe it.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna deny that. I ain't gonna say that. But it is. I mean, it's a lack of study. It's a lack of study. That's what I'm gonna say. It is. It's a lack of study.
Or purposeful withholding information.
Or
we know it's hard to both things.
Yeah. If it's that's dangerous.
Yes, sir.
All right. Right here it says Native American spiritual worship was also considered pagan by the church since it didn't fit into their wide doctrine. Yet the one tribe of Native Americans that had their meal with the pilgrims on that faithful day gave thanks to the many spirits they worshiped on that day. They gave standing to the precious corn crop for its living, life-giving nourishment. They celebrated Keton, the creator, as well an obvious similarity to the Christian God. Now these Hebrews coming out with their new doctrine, the old they say the creator. They don't put no name on it. Who is your creator? Because all pagans have a creator that they worship. Who is yours? We know our creator as Yahuwah and his son Yahusha by power of Ruach HaKodesh. That's what we profess. That's what we believe, and that's what we read. Now, put a name on your creator.
I think they did. They created told the one that he made to name him.
Yeah. I mean, it says the name, but I know what the real name is. But he ain't create nothing but devils, demons.
That's right.
And chaos and confusion. Right? It says, despite the passing of time, the Christian church has not been able to eliminate Thanksgiving as a holiday. Right? They just accepted it. Eventually accepting it as a nationalistic day with no connection to the church. Basically, they rejected it as another potential stolen pagan celebration that they could repackage to the parishioners. Mm-hmm. Much like Halloween, Thanksgiving had a deeper root into the lives of the early people than the church could imagine. Symbols of Thanksgiving and their meaning. Cornucopia, A cornucopia is a horn-shaped basket usually filled to the point of overflowing with the bounty of the recent harvest. Items such as fresh fruits, dry grains, and other root vegetables were piled around the opening of the cornucopia to demonstrate plenty. So much that the cornucopia has been referred to as the horn of plenty. The cornucopia dates back to ancient Greece. In an old tale, Amalthea, the goat, broke off his horn and offered it to Zeus as a sign of reverence. In return for his loyalty, Zeus interred the image of the goat in the night sky, an image we now know as Capricorn. This tale demonstrates an exchange of gratitude and offering, thanks and giving. Corn. One of the easiest symbols of Thanksgiving to recognize is corn. Native Americans would know it as maize or maize. Maize played an important mythological role in many tribes, and in some, corn was a respected deity, while in others, corn was a special gift to the people from the Creator. In addition to its importance as a food source, corn also played a ceremonial role in many tribes, with sacred corn pollen or cornmeal being used as ritual adornment and spiritual offering. It is believed that Native Americans had been growing corn a long time before the Pilgrims arrived in the New World, and they taught Pilgrims how to grow corn and help themselves survive the bitter winter. Corn was from that day forward a part of Thanksgiving dinner, and the tradition continues today. Long before the Pilgrims sat down to eat turkey, the Native Americans who saved them from starving, the turkey was associated with abundance and being thankful. Some tribes viewed the bird as a sacred symbol of abundance and fertility, one which would serve as the sacrificial guest of honor in various ceremonies. Turkey feathers are a prized possession and are an integral part of ritualistic smudging ceremonies. Smudging. Animal symbolism is considered powerful medicine among natives and should not be treated disrespectfully. Turkey medicine is strongest in the fall, and a visit from a turkey means we should be mindful of the blessings bestowed upon us. Yeah, right. A few Thanksgiving facts you might not have known. The official version states that Thanksgiving started in 1621 with a 3-day feast by pilgrims to celebrate their survival through their first winter in the New World. It was later made a permanent holiday by President Lincoln in 1863. President Franklin Roosevelt made one of the only changes to the holiday celebration, changing the date from the late Thursday in November to the next to last, in hopes that a longer Christmas shopping window would boost retailers' profits. Wow. The term Black Friday, being the first shopping day of the Christmas season, has its origin in the same logic FDR worked with as Franklin D. Roosevelt. Mm-hmm. The ancient Roman celebration of the harvest is called Cerealia, which is the origin of the word cereal that we use today. Ben Franklin had proposed the turkey as the official bird of the nation, but eventually the bald eagle won out. The Christmas classic Jingle Bells was originally penned by James Piperpoint for children celebrating Thanksgiving at his Boston Sunday school. It was so popular that it was repeated for Christmas, a holiday which made the song what it is today. 91% of Americans consume turkey on Thanksgiving. The very TV dinner consisted of a Thanksgiving meal. Swanson Foods found themselves with a surplus of frozen turkey after a slow Thanksgiving one year, and a senior executive came up with the frozen meal idea. It debuted at 90.
Yeah, yes, sir.
We see this as pagan.
Pagan.
It's pagan. Boy, we had 2 hours and 50 minutes. I didn't know that. Dang, we've been doing. See, I want to see. I might come back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. Well, I know you still got, more in the clip.
I got more in the clip. A whole lot more. Matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to YouTube and I'm gonna share this link because I went over this. I don't know how many 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago.
I'm not sure people better. I know I did Halloween a couple of years ago. It's just this year. Not Thanksgiving.
Not Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I know I did 283 videos on the channel. Pagan, what is it? Pagan origins of Thanksgiving. Here it is right here. Let me share this with y'all. Right, y'all go watch this video. And
please like and subscribe and share.
I'll go into a little bit more detail in that video. Y'all watch that, right? And we see that this so-called holiday or holy day, as they would call it, is not holy at all. It's really Semiramis worship under a different name, right? When you go and look up Harvest Home, go and look up all this stuff, Cerealia, right? Go and look up who Diana is. Right. I apologize, I ain't have enough time to tonight. We was doing a little here and there. We was doing a little here and there, right? But you can do your own little research, right? Let's check this out. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna do this. Own little research, right? Check this out. Pagan origin of Thanksgiving. Boom. There it is right there. The first result. The answer is a little complicated, but the bulk of it came from a pagan harvest celebration called Harvest Home. Plain and simple. All you gotta do is do a little research. Just do a little research. But see, this is why the people put the stuff in the books. Because they say if you want to hide something from a Negro, put the book. You want to hide $1 million from a Negro, put it in a book. Mm-hmm. Nah, Negro, he might find $1 million.
You better knock it over.
Oh, right. Is that a check for $1 million with nobody's name on it? Y'all go and look this stuff up, man. Study to show thyself approved.
Yes, sir.
Right? And let me read this for anybody that might want to go and say it ain't nothing wrong with you eating the food, right? 1 Corinthians chapter 9? Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 13. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 13.
And it reads, do ye not know that they which minister about holy things live of the temple things of the temple? And they which wait at the altar are partakers with the altar.
This is it, right? So it's talking about the priest, right? How the priests they had quarters in the temple in which they would live, right? And the people that did the sacrifices on the altar ate of what was sacrificed if it wasn't a whole burnt offering. Right? Now, this food that you eating for Thanksgiving, whether you want to believe it or not, it don't matter, because this is what the Most High see it as. It's an offering to an idol god. It's an offering to a false deity. It's an offering to Semiramis, or to Demeter, or to Diana, or to Ceres, or to Isis, or to Shemu, whatever language you want to call her. All in total is offered up to Semiramis, and you're thanking her for harvest.
Yes, sir.
In which she ain't grown a grain of grass in her life. She ain't made.
That's right.
She ain't sprouted not one plant out of the earth on her own power. She ain't made one flower to bud. She ain't made one branch to grow a leaf. Nothing. She ain't got no power. You're worshiping demons.
Yes, sir. Inviting them into your house to sit down and break bread with them.
Come on, man. That's why, look, whether you want to believe it or not, these spirits come into your house and you know it be all sorts of chaos. You got your uncles fighting, and,
yes, sir.
You know, you got your cousins sleeping with granddaddy.
All kind of demons.
All kind of demons.
One drunk throwing up in the bathroom and pissing himself and
doing drugs and everybody high.
Yeah.
You got sticky fingers in there stealing out Big Mama purse.
Right.
Abomination on the table.
And you got abomination on the table. Right? Speaking of table. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. It's not 2 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. Next chapter. 1 Corinthians 10 and 18.
And it reads, behold, Israel after the flesh, are not they which eat of the sacrifices partakers of the altar?
Yeah, so what I was just saying, right? They that offer up the sacrifices partake of the altar. They eat the food that's sacrificed if it's not a whole burnt offering. Go ahead.
What say I then? That the idol is anything? Or that which is offered in sacrifice to idols is anything? But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to Elohim. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
Read 21.
You cannot drink the cup of Yahuwah and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of Yahuwah's table and of the table of devils.
And you cannot think that you are partaking of the cup and eating at the table of the Most High when you're eating and drinking abomination.
And just kind of the put, it's not that per se, if they haven't even something that's not poor, Just the fact that it was offered to an idol.
And just the fact that it was offered to an idol.
It can be roast beef or whatever. It's still an abomination.
Now, you know they're gonna have some.
No, there is gonna be plenty of pork.
They're gonna have they honey ham.
Salt pork.
They're gonna have their greens with the ham hogs in there.
Yes. Pigtail. All of it.
All of
They're gonna boil it from the Rudy to the Tootie.
And the one thing without them pig feet, the one thing that they love to eat every holiday, Thanksgiving and Christmas, Christ Mass especially, shitterlings. They love eating shitterlings on these holidays. Had a whole house stank. And then right after they clean they shitterlings, guess what they go and do? They burn candles to their gods. Trying to get the schmeal out.
Somebody light a match.
You might as well just poop right on the floor.
And put a candle in.
And then you wash dishes in the same sleek sink you clean shit out in. I mean, excuse me, boo boo. Just nasty. Just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But y'all gonna look this stuff up, man. Diana, remember these names: Diana, Demeter, Isis, Ishtar, Ceres, Shingmu. Remember all them names, right? Go and do your research on these different deities or quote unquote goddesses, and they all go back to Semiramis in Babylon. We all know, we should know now, what the mystery religion is, who Mystery Babylon is, right? The Romish Catholic Church, as the book called it. They took all of the paganism, we read, they took all of the paganisms of the countries or the lands that they conquered and mingled it with Christianity or the worship of and following of Hamashiach. And they made Christianity.
Yep.
That's what Christianity is. The truth of the Bible mingled with paganism.
Yep.
We only supposed to walk in truth, walk in light, follow the Messiah. John 14:6, he said, he is the way, the truth, and the life. Right? We are not supposed to change the truth of the Most High to a lie. And that's what you're doing when you practice Christianity. When you eat Thanksgiving, when you celebrate Christ Mass, when you celebrate your birthday, when you keep Easter, when you do all these things, right? You're turning the truth of the Most High into a lie. You know damn well it don't say nothing about Hamashiach being born on December 25th in the Bible. You know damn well it don't say nothing about him being born in the winter, in the dead of the winter.
Shall not take the name of the Most High Elohim in vain.
Come on, man. We supposed to keep the feast days written in Leviticus 23 and Deuteronomy 16. Them the feasts we keep. The harvest festival we keep is the Feast of Tabernacle, right? That's the harvest feast we keep. And it's not because of the same reason that these pagans keep their festival. It's because the Most High told us to dwell in booths. is because he made the children of Israel dwell in booths and tabernacles when they came out of Egypt in the wilderness. This is why we observe the harvest festival. We eat of the harvest because we need food. Mm-hmm. But that is not why we keep the feast. Leviticus 23, Deuteronomy 16. Read it. We got to come out of her, my people. Come out and be ye separate.
Yes, sir.
Envy not thou oppressor, and choose none of his ways. The customs of the heathen are vain, and we are not to practice their customs. They got their judgment, and if you don't want none of their judgment, you better step away from it and stop doing what they do. But if you want to latch on to them and cling to them, guess what? You're going to get their judgment. Just like a woman. If you want to be a woman and you want to go to war, guess what? You're going to catch the recompense of war.
Be a son of Satan, you're gonna catch his judgment.
You're gonna get his judgment. You want to get in the oven with the chicken, you're gonna burn your ass up. And that's all I got. Shalom, family. It was a pleasure and an honor. I pray the Most High bless y'all in y'all houses and all y'all families. I pray all of his people come into the knowledge of his truth and that we repent more and more day by day. Yes, sir. So we can go home. And y'all see what's going on in the world. He's making a way for that. Making a way for it. He said when the gospel is preached unto all the ends of the earth, then we know the end shall come. Yes, sir. All right. One love, family.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.